Hello, how's everybody doing? This is Tasha, and I wanted to come in quickly to teach you the three most important things that you need in order to sell anything online. Whether it's to enhance your existing business, whether it's a startup, whether you're doing a training product, a coaching session, whatever it is that you're promoting, even if it's an affiliate offer, these are the most important things that you need in order to sell online. You're going to need a blog. You're going to need a lead capture page, which is also known as a squeeze page, and a landing page. And you're going to need an autoresponder. So let's go over a blog versus a website really quick. In my opinion, websites are a thing of the past when it comes to selling online or even branding yourself. A blog is better because the search engines love fresh content, and this helps with search engine optimization, which is also known as SEO. And that is what helps you to get on the first page of Google. I just want you to think about it for a few minutes, whether it's Google, Bing, or Yahoo. But just think about whenever you put something in the search engine, typically we search by keywords. So if someone comes in, let's just say you have a dentist business, a dentistry, or you're a realtor, whatever it is, someone is going to come in and they're going to put pediatrician in New Jersey or a lawn man in Jacksonville, Florida. They very rarely put in the actual business name. So you want to be able to have keywords within your content, and then you want to be at a place where you're constantly putting out new content, and you cannot do that with a website. You would need a blog in order to make that happen. And so when you put something in the search engine, typically what page do you stop at? Do you go to page 5 or do you stop at page 1, 2, maybe 3? I typically don't go past page 3, and I know a lot of people who don't go past page 1. And so it makes absolutely no sense to have a website if you're not on the first couple of pages, preferably the first page, because nobody's going to ever see your content if you're on page 10 or page 100 or even anything further than that. So with the blog, you're going to be able to communicate and build a relationship with your clients or your customers. And the best thing about it is that the content is evergreen. So 3, 5, even 10 years from now, that blog post will still be there, and you will be able to make money from the content that you post from years ago. And this is a true story. I have a friend who did a blog post 5 years ago doing a review for a vacuum cleaner, and he is still making sales, commission sales from that vacuum cleaner. And so it's very important to have content that is going to be out in cyberspace for a very long period of time. You also want to get a blog that is on a domain site that already has a very high Alexa ranking. And Alexa is just the rating system in which they determine how much traffic comes to your website. So let's go over the lead capture page. If you do not have one of these for your website, you are leaving a lot of money on the table, a lot of sales on the table. A lot of people come to a website and they don't purchase the first time around. So how are you staying in contact with these people who came to your website? Obviously, they're interested in some kind of way because they came. And how are you going to follow up with them? So you need to be at a place where you're collecting some kind of information, whether it's their name or their email address or some kind of way to contact them, a text SMS service where you get their cell phone number. I've seen websites or blogs even where you have the lead capture form on the side, and that's a good thing. However, it's not the best. You can do a lot better because that leaves it optional for the visitor. The visitor can still scroll through your content without making any kind of commitment to you. What you need is a lead capture page in which they have to give you their information in order to get to the content on your page. And the best way to do that is by offering them a bribe of some sort, whether it's a free video, or a free resource guide, a free report, and it needs to be related to the products and services that you're offering. So let's just say if I wanted to sell, let's see, if I was a dentist, right? I would say, here's my free guide for being able to whiten your teeth using household products, something to that effect, because everybody wants DIY stuff these days. And there's the banana trick where you put the banana peel on your teeth, or let's just say I'm a doctor and I could say, these sneaky household tips will help you to lose a pound a day. And then you give them a resource guide in which they could already use things at home that could help them flush the fat away. Something to that effect. We already talked about how the average person does not purchase their first visit, so you want to make sure that you're collecting data from them so that you can follow up with them. You also want to make sure that you're using analytics to track how many visitors come to your page. For me personally, I use Google Analytics, but you can use any type of analytics that are out there. And then eventually you want to get to the place where you're collecting data on how many visitors you have to your site versus how many leads you collect versus how many convert into customers. And by having this data, you'll know how to tweak what's on your site to enhance the amount of sales that you're generating. Through testing, I've learned that asking for an email address alone is the best, because the more information that you ask for, the less likely people are to actually put their information in. So it lessens conversions. Let's say if you ask for a name, email, and telephone number, a small percentage of people are going to put their information in versus just only asking for the email address. So you're going to need an autoresponder. And this is probably one of my favorites. This allows you to follow up with your visitors or potential customers. You can send out emails to numerous people at one time, and it's automated. This can be done via a broadcast message or automatic follow-ups. And so you could have routine messages that go out automatically all the time. Or let's just say sometimes at night or in the afternoon, I may have an inspirational message, or I may come across some new information that I want to teach to the people on my list. So I use a broadcast message to be able to get that information out. The automatic follow-ups are absolutely wonderful for the weekends if you're not working, but you still need to get information out to the people on your list. And it's also great for vacations, because while you're on vacation, you're still working while not working. An autoresponder is great for being able to upsell customers. Let's just say you have a business and one day you decide you want to write a book. Then you already have everybody in one central location who you've already built a relationship with. And so you could just send out an email and then boom, everybody has it. Or let's just say you have a coaching product that you have where it's training and you want to let everybody know at one time, and you want to be able to keep constant contact with them about what you're offering. Then you'll use your autoresponder to get that information out. You may have a sale or a discount, and I actually have an online jewelry store, and sometimes I feel fun, so I may send out, hey, 60% off for the next 60 minutes. I'm making my customers take action immediately. Go purchase things now if you want to participate. And if they miss it, then it's like, oh man, and it makes them pay attention to my emails even more because they don't want to miss out the next time this happens. Also, if you have new items or celebration news, the autoresponder is phenomenal for things like this. So the whole goal here is to automate everything that you do manually. You want to be able to free up your time. At one point, a lot of us worked 8-hour shifts for someone else, and then, or we may still be working them. But then you become an entrepreneur or independent contractor and you're working 12 plus hours. And that is just not the way to go when we have the internet and we can automate things. The whole goal here is to have a business while still having a life. We want to be able to have more time to spend with the ones that we love. So when you're sending out information in your autoresponder, you want it to be 75% value, and 25% selling. That says 25% value, but it's 25% selling. So 75% value, 25% selling. So I want to give you a visualization of how this whole thing works. You have a lead capture page where you're going to ask for an email address. Okay? Then that's going to go to the autoresponder. Or it could take them to a sales page where you're selling and you have monetized the page. Or it's going to be a branding video of some sort where you're branding and building a relationship with them so that they know who you are and the products and services that you have to offer. If it goes straight to the autoresponder, which it should, then you should also send them back to the sales page or the branding video, because for several reasons they may have had to stop the video or stop reading the page. The internet could have frozen, somebody could have called, you never know. So you always want to send them back to that page just in case they missed something or they want to watch it again. On the following days, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, you want to make sure that you're also sending them to another page, or what I do is I send them to my blog. So these are just other options that you have. Providing people with value, providing content, building that relationship. The way you get people to your lead capture page is by traffic. And there are many different traffic strategies that are out there. You can use solo ads, PPC, which is pay-per-click. You can do pay-per-view. There's pay-per impressions. You could do magazine ads, YouTube, social media. There are just so many different ways, and we can go over those in the future. But my absolute favorite is blogging, and we've already went over the pros of blogging. And on your blog, you can include pictures, you can include video, you can include articles, and all of these things are not only branding your business, but also letting them get to know you and know that you're a real person. Let them relate to you, and your sales will increase drastically. I also, in the autoresponder, yes, I send them to the blog, and I get the traffic through my blog. Also through solo ads as well. So I want you to look out for your next email, because I have some things that are coming, and some things are a surprise because I always love to over deliver. So there's a bonus training that you'll get a little bit later, but in the next email I want you to look out for resources, and they are quick and easy ways to leverage other people in order to have your system up and running quickly. I'm going to let you know my favorite website that I use to get $5 professional services that you already use in your business and pay an arm and a leg for. And I'm going to let you know who I use for my banners and transcribing and video editing and any and everything that there is that's business related on this particular website. It is $5 only. I'm going to also let you know my personal resources for outsourcing projects and hiring others to complete tasks for pennies on the dollar.